Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Last Minute Rundown. I'm Deviant Dario.
I'm Infinite One.
And excuse me there. And tonight we're going to be talking about Venom, Crona's opponent, who we have seen fought before. He's taken on Bane pretty well, and we've seen where that went. But now he's going against Crona, who is definitely something else. Definitely something more towards Venom's field of range of fighting. Because this thing, even though it's not what he's fighting is not a symbiote, but almost acts like it in a way. But it is magic based. And fun fact: Venom is immune to magic.
Oh,
So
magic.
we're so after anyone who was able to watch the previous episode, we're not sure if a majority of those attacks are even going to hurt Venom, but still, with the screech attacks and all that, might work. But that being said, let's get into what our boy can do. Right off the bat, he's a symbiote, which is basically a biological alien that needs a host in order to survive. Example, I guess, would be I guess kind of like the Thing, but the host doesn't really have to be alive; just has to be there. But in this case, it needs a host that's actually alive in order to work with and sustain itself. And one of his abilities, obviously, basically, whoever he touches, like not even
Copied
like,
all their abilities.
yeah, like right away. Wait, I wasn't even sure if it was that easy. I figured it was more like something he had to take the time to like adjust or like analyze the person, but nope, it's just right off the bat copying. Kind of reminds you of that one character from Heroes. I don't know if anyone watched that.
Dragon Ball Heroes.
No, it was ABC. It was one of those. It was a
Oh,
show
okay.
called Heroes. It was an old show. It was like at least 10 years ago. Anyway, boy Venom. So he basically has the powers of SpiderMan, which he's known for, and then some. He very hard to kill, like very hard to kill. Like
To kill.
even though there is a person behind all that, you could break him, uh, uh, destroy his body, sever limbs, whatever, crush him. Doesn't matter. Venom will keep him alive, and he will be back and ready to eat you, just straight up eat you. Yeah, Venom is a vicious son of a gun, and not to mention, his host is Eddie Brock, who down his luck kind of guy, did some really messed up stuff in order to get by. Can't blame him. And eventually, him and Venom both had a hate for Spider-Man, and then kind of got together and decided to start some havoc. And I am not going to reference anything from that movie. It was an okay movie, but when it comes to what the comic book one can do, for starters, Venom in the comic book can fly. Think about that. He can fly. He would have
Still,
definitely jumped, and he would have flown right past every building.
Pussy.
still one of my more favorite movies.
Oh, yes. Same. Basically every being with Eddie, now that he's fused with Venom, almost everything he can do is enhanced. He can run faster. He's durable. He can he can lift up to like a good like 700 pounds. Actually, not even. Excuse me. That was what Brock could do before he met Venom. So on top of that, he can probably take on the likes of freaking Juggernaut at this point, who, if I'm not mistaken, is magic. Cause he was a weird one. Cause a lot of people would tell me like, no, Juggernaut is technically not a mutant because he's basically magical powers. I'm like, yeah, and depending which version you go by. And even then, with that magic boosting his strength, he still has trouble taking on Venom. So just to give you an idea how strong Venom really is.
Um, let's see. He can create weapons as well, so it wouldn't be out of the realm of him to make a weapon out of the symbiote.
The symbiote, blood, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
He can camouflage apparently.
Yeah. That
He has mid regeneration. Mid regeneration.
Oh yeah,
Um,
he can definitely he can take some vicious blows. Like he literally's had his head sliced off, and I think he's recovered back from that.
he's resistant to earthly diseases, poisons, and can basically negate the Spidey sense.
That's right. That's how he would. That's how he would always screw with Spider-Man, because he you could never see him coming. It's like, oh, gotcha. If
He can cure cancers.
is he really a
That's
villain?
most pathogen substance addictions and symbiote with a touch as anti venom, and then memory manipulation as toxin.
Yeah. Okay,
So
I had to double check this really quick while you were talking. I had to look up because I wasn't sure, and you tried explaining to me that when he touched Spider-Man, he did get his a Spidey sense. Technically, no. It's actually what Venom is already capable to do. It's a form of ESP that almost mimics and actually is stronger than Spider-Man's Spidey sense, which is why he's able to, hence, out Spidey sense him.
what about the web sling?
The web swing is basically of a weird organic design of his. It just to imitate what Spider-Man was capable of do.
Okay.
Because realistically, everyone knows from the comic book Spider-Man, almost every version of comic book Spider-Man, he had to build his own web swinger. It's not organic. It's not the Tobey Maguire one that I'm pretty sure is the only one that ever had to do it organic. Correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of versions, even Amazing Spider-Man, they would correct that.
Did Miles Morales? I don't know. I have to look at that.
Miles, I have to double check. I'm not sure because Miles and 2099 Spider-Man are a little different
Yeah.
compared to Peter's. But
All right.
yeah, obviously I guess when he touched them, because Venom already had enough time to understand how Spider-Man worked. I
Yeah.
think even in the Venom suit, he learned how to imitate it instead of having to make the machine as well. So he just brought over that knowledge over to Eddie Brock when fighting Spider. Well, just in general, just using it. Why not? All right.
All right.
Poisonous
Um.
Fangs. Now, this, I'm not sure if this would be effective against a Crona. I'm not sure if he has. I mean, I would imagine Ragnarok, the Black Blood demon in him, would find a way to fight the poison, but I don't know if it. That would depend because this poison was actually able to screw with Sandman. So,
Yeah.
which is very unique because Sandman is
Sand.
sand, and so I
Mr.
guess this.
Sandman,
So to be
bring
able
me
to
a dream.
that knowledge is just
Make him
broken.
the cutest you've ever seen. I'm done.
No, you're not.
I know I'm not. With
But
lips and roses like.
and tell him
And
that
tell them
his
that it's
lonesome nights are
ah,
over. And now I know what I'm watching after this.
same.
We
Um.
gotta show our
All
love
right.
for our
So.
boys.
All right. So let's go with the attack potency, a large building level. I guess you can like level a building.
Wait,
Um.
what happened? I'm sorry. What can he do with a building?
No, I feel like he can like his attack potency is a large building level, so he can hit really hard.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Massive. His speed is massively hypersonic, comparable to
He can catch
Spider-Man's
bullets. He
fighting
can
speed.
literally catch a bullet that's aiming for someone else that's already in front of him, where both the shooter and the one being shot at are like, what, like a few feet from him. I remember.
Um, his his durability is large building level as well.
Yikes!
Stamina, of course, high,
Oh yeah,
and standard melee attacks, tens of meters with webbing.
he's near god level, and even to the
Near.
point where I had to look up where he's even about to take on his own literal god. I'm not sure if that was ever finished yet, but in one of the more recent comic books, what they'll probably mention because he is more OP now. Venom has to
So
take
yeah,
on. Kroll or something like, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, who's basically the god of the symbiotes.
Mm. His intelligence level is high, able to keep Spider-Man and his genius level intellect
We can probably
on his
think
toes,
faster too, or whatever they call that.
but he's restricted by mental instability
Hmm.
and
Which
goes
is
feral when
ironic because
agitated.
even with all these feats, they were both considered losers on their planets. And what is that
Yeah.
crap? You know what? I'll admit, I thought that was the one dumb thing that they could have carried over into the freaking movie from the show, but I don't know why. I mean, from the comic book, but still.
It says Eddie has been repetitively shown relapsing into his unstable lethal protector mindset. As anti-Venom, he's seemingly reverted back to his persona, killing criminals just as offhandedly as before, despite obvious option of curing them of their drug addictions and actually helping them. So instead of wait, he is God.
He is God. He just healed the weak.
No, he killed the weak. He
Oh, he killed the
chose.
weak.
He killed them, but he has the power to help them, and he didn't. So
Oh,
yeah. And then, of course, another weakness is the sonic and fire and heat.
yes. Well, and over time he has shown a little bit more of a resistance to like high frequency sounds, but it takes some time to get up there. Granted, with a long period of it at once, if it's a sustaining subsonic boom or whatever, it would definitely wear him down after a while. It would definitely be enough to separate him from Brock, and once he loses his host, then he loses a lot of his abilities. Granted,
It says
even by
something.
himself, he is strong, but still is stronger when he has a host.
It says he in some instances he's incapacitated by a simple lighter or the sound of lockers vibrating. Meanwhile, in others he can withstand building fires and blasts from the Human Torch as well as Mr. Fantastic's sonic gun.
Yeah. Another thing that proves
Power
actually
levels
no,
are
you just mentioned
bullshit.
it. Excuse me. Never mind.
And it says this weakness is much less profound to the toxin symbiote, but that's not what Venom is. He's just a regular symbiote.
Yeah, no. Toxin's like it's like another level. I think Toxin was the
Toxin's better than him
I
and
think Offspring's the
Carnage.
offspring of Carnage. That's right. The spawn of Carnage, one of those.
Yeah, and he's apparently stronger than Carnage.
Yeah. He's the grandkid. But hold on, I think I found here that he has is cool as a Carnage and did he? Alright, never mind. But in some ways, he can use his hive mind ability to with or give it to not only hive mind, but he's able to use his ESP and give it to Brock and allow him to be able to sense other humans as well, similar to how the symbiotes are able to sense other symbiotes. So maybe he could. I guess this is also similar to the other ESP, but he'd definitely be able to use that to take on Crona for a while. What else? Really, it he can. They definitely share a lot of the same abilities, and the only real thing is, can he withstand Crona's subsonic attacks? If he can, then Crona might have a problem.
Yeah,
Huh.
but it depends on how he's gonna deal with it. Because like it said, he has problems with lockers vibrating sometimes.
Yeah, which is weird. I guess it depends on the frequency. I guess that gives off a specific frequency that he can't stand.
Maybe.
But is it really like? Wait, is it? What does it say? Is it like? Does it really hurt him or it just annoys him?
I think it hurts and annoys him
Hmm.
because you can see it. You can see him in pain in Spider-Man 3, but again, that's probably a frequency too. I don't know.
All right.
Maybe both. Maybe both.
Interesting. All right. There are other abilities he can do, but more specific ones where he got through when dealing with Malekith and when taking on Kroll himself. But I'm not sure if anything gonna really matter in this fight specifically. At least the ones we haven't mentioned. So I think we've gone through enough with him. Unless you have anything else to add.
No, no, I'm good.
All right, cool. All right, so that's it. So hopefully, who knows? We'll find out who's gonna take the win. Will it be Crona and his depressing black blood abilities, or Venom and his I don't even describe him because I just realized he's very close to God in some ways, but he just doesn't want to.
Yeah, I know. He can cure people, but
He,
he chooses not to because he's a dick.
uh, I don't know why that fact just cracks me up. I know why, cause it's fucking funny.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, we'll leave it at that, and find out what happens in the death battle. Thank you for joining us. I'm Deviant Dario,
I'm Infinite One.
and you have a wonderful night.